Well, we can talk now to Seema Gupta, our correspondent in Rome, where Pope Francis has just left. Tell us more, Seema, if you can, about the visit.
Well, it's a 10-hour visit to the French Mediterranean island of Corsica, and it's his 47th papal trip, and coming just 2 days actually before the pontiff turns 88 years old. Now, he's mainly going for the closing of an international conference on popular religious traditions. Now, this is a great appeal, popular devotion on the island of Corsica, which has a population that's some 81% Catholic. The island often has street processions, pilgrimages, as well as large celebrations of religious feast days. So it's something very popular on the island and something that Pope Francis has supported throughout his pontificate and even before. It was something that he supported back when he was the Archbishop of Buenos Aires, seeing it as a sign of faith, really. Now he will be giving 2 talks, really, on his time on the island, as well as delivering a homily, as he does intend to celebrate Mass on the island this Sunday. Now, he will be, as you mentioned, at the end of the visit, also meeting with President Macron, who is traveling to the island to meet the Pope and take part in this celebration happening on the island. And it's his 3rd visit to France. Now, he traveled to Strasbourg back in 2014 when he talked and addressed the European Parliament there, talking about how you cannot allow the Mediterranean to become a cemetery. So really, we do expect him to touch on issue of migration as well on this Mediterranean island. And he also traveled to Marseille in 2023. And back then also, it was about Mediterranean meetings. And he also touched on the issue of migration. We do expect him to also talk a little bit about climate change, 2 topics very dear to the heart of Pope Francis.
It could be a bit of tension, could there not, between the president and pontiff, since he chose not to come to the reopening of Notre-Dame Cathedral last weekend?
Yes, I mean, just a few days after he is traveling to France, but not to Paris, instead to this island in the Mediterranean that is one of the French regions. But let's not forget, it's also one of the poorest regions in France. 19% of the population living below the poverty line. But it's precisely this kind of an arena that the Pope thrives in. He believes in going to the peripheries, if you like, supporting the populations there. He said, it was believed that he didn't attend that ceremony at the reopening of Notre-Dame Cathedral. There were conflicts in terms of scheduling, and really it's about him stressing the peripheries. And he has the affinity for that and an emphasis as well on spiritual culture. So in that sense, Corsica really ticks the boxes, if you like, for this Pope. And so that's why he chose this visit. But yes, he will be meeting the president. It's not the first time they've met. They've met on several occasions. And as we expect, he is focusing on the issue of migration, something dear to his heart, something that he has always supported since the start of his pontificate, some 11 years ago. And of course, also this idea of spiritual devotion and popular devotion, which is what that conference is about on the island.
All right, Seema Gupta, thanks for that update on the Pope's visit to Corsica.